Bet you can't eat just one.
Oh, hey.
I thought that was specifically about Pringles. Oh, no, that's not right. That's One Pop, One Don't Stop. How did that not make this list?
Yeah, come on. Come on, cleverism.
Welcome, Modern Commerce subscribers, back to this bonus episode doing part 3 of 2 of the best ad slogan. Yeah, I said that correctly. This is a impromptu third part to our 2-part series. We did not see this coming. Turns out what they're doing over at cleverism.com, they like to say there's going to be 40 or something, but there ends up being 50. Okay, whatever. If you've already watched the other 2 episodes, you know exactly what we're doing here. If you haven't, go watch those. This is part 3. What are you doing here first? We've gone through chronologically from like the late 1800s all the way to, I think the most recent one was 2004. We already crowned a champion. Spoiler alert, it's coming. It is MasterCard's 1997 slogan. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Second place, we get to Carlsberg from 1973. Probably the best lager in the world. I'm doing my best version of a quick intro here. This is going to be a quick little video, quick hitter. John, how did I do on that intro? Did I forget anything?
It was fast, for sure. So, basically the gist of it, TLDR, which doesn't make sense because if you're watching this, it wasn't TLDR. But if you didn't catch what Casey said, if you haven't watched parts 1 or 2 of our rundown of the best ad slogans of all time, they're linked here. Watch part 1 first, watch part 2 first. You wouldn't jump in like to the 3rd episode of a Netflix series. So don't do that here. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to run through 10 right now. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Number 1 on the block, newest one we've had. These ones are not chronological, by the way. Dollar Shave Club, 2013, shave time, shave money. 2 sentences. This is the second 2-sentencer we have. Very different from the other one, which happened to be the champ. It's got wordplay.
Okay, give us that. What's it up against?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I guess we're doing it that way. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Number 2, Ajax from 1960. Wow, way different mindset here. Stronger than dirt.
Stronger than dirt. Okay. What is Ajax?
I'm sorry, man. Ajax is a cleaner. It's like a.
Okay.
I just thought of it as like a bathroom cleaner, like a strong cleaner.
Yeah, no, I get it. I remember now that you said that. Okay, that's cool. Stronger than dirt. I get it now. Okay, 2 things here. I kind of like.
Apparently, it's referencing laundry detergent. I didn't know Ajax had a laundry detergent.
Some kind of cleaning product that cleans things that get dirty. Get it? I get it. Okay, so what I do, I like 2 things. I kind of like that before this, we haven't been in the era of DTC e-commerce. So we're like trying to apply principles from the past to direct-to-consumer e-commerce. We just broke that like 4th wall, right? Because we have one of the DTC darlings in this matchup. And in my opinion, in this matchup, they win.
Agreed. No need to dissect it further. Tough for 1960 to be relevant in e-commerce atmosphere. But yeah, well done, Dollar Shave Club. You did what you're supposed to do sell things on the internet. So
yeah,
good job. Next one up, Allstate Insurance Company, 1950, going backwards in time, even more. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'll say this.
Wow.
They've had that forever.
Yeah, well, Mr. Allstate agent, that's still their slogan, right?
Yeah, ex-Allstate agent. Yeah. Ongoing 71 years. Had no idea it's been that long. Makes sense. Apparently, insurance companies stay in business a long time. I guess.
Yeah, right. Because residuals. Anyway.
Apparently, they don't have to work super hard in the marketing department. Something like that. I don't know.
Right. Well, like Progressive has way better marketing than, but yeah. So, but they stick with it. So Allstate, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a cool thing for an insurance company. Probably was way more powerful back then. It doesn't really like it. It's a little cryptic, right? Like it doesn't tell me what it is. So I do like Dollar Shave Clubs a little better.
Agreed. Let's keep moving. Oh, wow. Back-to-back insurance ones here. Like a Good Neighbor, State Farm is there from State Farm Insurance Company, 1971.
Okay. 50 years, exactly. Cool. Yeah. Like a Good Neighbor, State Farm is there is a little bit better for an insurance agency, I think. Or for an insurance company.
And just like some of the other ones, if the jingle were involved, I'd say, hey, this goes a long way with the jingle, but it's not. And to me, it's nowhere near Dollar Shave Club for DTC purposes. So
yeah. Well, how do we beat Dollar Shave Club for DTC purposes? Like, they're like kind of a DTC king, but Yeah, no, I mean, it's like a strong, kind of DR principle though. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there for an insurance company. So rippable.
Yep. I don't know if we're gonna have another one from like modern era, so that might win by default, but who knows? I mean, 1973 gave us a real run.
Yeah.
For a minute. So referencing Carlsberg, probably the best lager. Go back, watch that first episode.
Whenever you say it, I can't tell that you're saying the headline. Like that's how smoothly it flows.
I like it. All right, moving on. Number 5 now of this bonus episode. American Express, 1975. Don't leave home without it. Doesn't mean a lot if you don't know what it is, but when you do, I like it.
Yeah, 1975. People probably left home without their credit card a lot. Like, it was like not as strong of a currency then. Now, like that would be a meaningless, so like, let's be, the principle here is like presenting the practicality of like the everyday use of
it's on a pain point.
Right. On a pain point. Right. Like, okay. So shave time, shave money is better, I think, but yeah, you're right. Like the wordplay, I'm like, if we just get something that's like strong-ish, it's probably going to beat shave time, shave money for me. But for you, I don't think anything beats it. I'm going to say that.
Right now. Interesting you bring it up because this is the first real contender I see. 1965. Didn't know this was this old. Do like it. Does have a little, might call it wordplay. Bounty paper towels. The quicker picker upper. And just we've done this with other ones. If you watch the other episodes. They've switched. It's modernized to like the quilted quicker picker upper. Now I think they kind of go by now, but we get both. Whichever one you like, use it. I am leaning towards this new one. What do you think?
Yeah. So look, shave time, shave money. I get it. Like it's like kind of at a pain point, but I'm like not that big a one. It's not like I'm like. It's not like I was ever like, man, shaving takes so much time and it's so expensive. I mean, so it's like not that strong for a shave brand. Their ads were really good, but not specifically that slogan. Now let's go to Bounty, the quicker picker upper. In what did you say, 1965? Like that was in a time where not all paper towels legitimately could. Like now, that's actually not a product differentiator in the paper towel space. All of them are like really good at doing that, right? Like in different degrees or whatever, but like. That's like a very strong selling prop because first of all, I don't even know how like common paper towels were then. Like people were still like cleaning up messes with other things maybe. So again, like paper towel and then it's like, hey, this makes it so that you can clean quicker. As somebody with 3 small children, like I get that pain point and that value prop even today. So I lean toward Bounty here.
Yep, and I like it's got the ER thing. It's got some fun to the word, and I do like the updated version with the quicker quilted or the quilted quicker. Like that alliteration is huge. I think it does roll off the tongue and it sticks in your head. That's what those kind of devices do to me. And for what it's worth, as much as shave time, shave money, it seems obvious it's about something shaving. If you didn't know what it was about, that could be about running shoes. That could be about saving money on these cheaper shoes and running faster, shaving time off your time.
Yeah. I get you.
But yeah, quicker picker up. I mean, that could be like a Caterpillar or something like a big heavy machinery, but it's about paper. Let's go. All right, new hot seat holder, Bounty paper towels, quicker picker upper. Moving on now to Lay's potato chips, 1963. Bet you can't eat just one.
Oh, hey.
I thought that was specifically about Pringles. Oh no, that's not right. That's once you pop one, don't stop. How did that not make this list?
Yeah, come on, come on, cleverism.
Yeah.
No, bet you can't eat just one. That one's, I mean, that's in my, so they rode that for a long time. I get that it's like like it's kind of like it induces you to buy with like a challenge, but without saying like go buy. You know what I mean? So I think it's cool. It's clever like that. I mean, I still think the Bounty one's maybe a little stronger.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there. One thing I'll say about it real quick is that it's, again, speaking to the experience post-purchase. It's not speaking,
right.
You want to buy this. It's you already bought this and you're not going to be able to eat just one. That's how good it is.
Speaking
I like when things do that. Assume the sale. In real sales, like professionals, you assume the sale and you speak from that. That's how you overcome objections and whatnot. They're doing that in this, and it's hard to do in like a one like headline or a slogan. So
yeah, they're highlighting the after state. That's the principle there. Yeah.
nice. I like how you summed that up. Next up, number 8 here, Meow Mix, 1976. Tastes so good, cats ask for it by name. Made me laugh in the middle. There's definitely imagery that goes along with this. And I'll say this, it might not say, it does say what it is. I mean, obviously it's something cats eat. And in case it doesn't say what the brand is, but if you forgot in the supermarket, but you remembered the slogan, taste so good, cats ask for it by name, it has meow in it, you would get there. You would make the connection. It's solid. What do you think?
I also like it. I do like the humor. Like, oh, we have meow in our name, so we can say like cats ask for this. I think there's like a dog treat that's done the same thing that knocked this idea off. I think Bounty's stronger still.
I do too. Agreed on that. No need to go to a possession arrow. Bounty is still holding it down. This next one, number 9, from AT&T, 1978. Oh boy. Yeah, doesn't sound as good in today's world. Reach out and touch somebody. Reach out and touch someone. Not that makes it any better, but that's a cancelable offense now. I don't think we need to go much into this.
I mean, should we? Okay, what did you say? What year?
1978,
Okay, yeah. I mean, like, look, maybe not everyone had phones. I'm trying to contextualize that in history. People weren't on party lines anymore. I don't know what they mean by that anyway. Yeah, besides that being like, let's not even acknowledge it. Didn't translate well in time.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of saying like, okay, let's put it into its own time context, but I still don't think it's good.
Yeah, I guess they are trying to speak to that kind of after state, but I don't,
not well. Yeah.
Got to move on from this one to the last one of the day. Last one of this bonus episode. Didn't watch the other ones? Go watch the other ones. How dare you watch part 3 first? Last one of the day, going up against the quicker picker-upper Bounty paper towels. I like this one, man.
Ooh.
You, the proud,
Ooh.
the Marines. The first and only 3-sentence slogan. U.S. Marine Corps, 1977.
Okay, so this is like very. I'm gonna get a little like very meta here.
Bring us.
Like way into the world of like meta advertising, and so it's like there are like core human desires. There's like 8 of them. All humans have them. They're baked into them, and like you could characterize some of them as like a sense of belong. So and this is like some of them are very survival focused, like the desire to reproduce, the desire to protect yourself, survive, things like that. And then there are like some learned desires, and some core desires are like the desire to fit in, the desire to be like seen as like that desire to have like a good, like other people have a good perception of you, right? Like I'm not explaining it very well, but I'm trying to like kind of water it down a little bit. And then a learned desire is the desire to like be a part of a community. And the learned desires are here because like as humans, we all kind of get to survive now, right? Like unless you live in a third world country or you have a disease, but like for the most part, we kind of just get to survive. Like we don't have to like go run down food to survive anymore or run from bears or anything like this. So what this does is it hits on like a core desire of like being a part of a tribe, because that's important for survival, and being like perception of you, like you are part of this community, and now other people see you this way. So it's like there's only a few people who can be like this, right? Like you are the ultimate warrior, right? The proud, you be proud of being in this community. And then what are we selling, right? So it does a lot of like really deep things with marketing with some very simple headlines. So I think that this is like a good example of like, if you read a book, like, Eugene Schwartz's book on advertising or cash advertising or something like this, where they give a lot of examples of really long copy to hit on these core desires. You don't have to use long copy to hit on these core desires, but it is harder with shorter copy. They did a good job of it here. So I think it's more powerful, but I also think that like the practicality aspect, like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Where do you lean on this? The practicality aspect of Bounty is stronger. Like, anyway.
Yeah. My 2 cents here. I like how you broke that down. I do think tribalism is huge. I think it's one of those kind of invisible factors that a lot of people don't they aren't conscious of when they make decisions. But I think tribalism really does influence almost all the decision making you make about anything you do on a daily basis, about your opinions, about products you buy, literally everything. Tribalism usually factors in there whether you realize it or not. But from a marketing angle, I at least my impression of this came a little different. I thought about marketing angles that we would actually use, and just touched on a couple aside from like tribalism and even the patriotic kind of thing, which is not so much in the slogan itself, but it's, you know, it's about the Marines. How could that not be tied into some kind of patriotism? But what I actually thought of was the few, scarcity play, the proud, kind of the same thing. Is a little separate from scarcity, like exclusivity, you know, like kind of what you touched on, kind of an exclusive tribe. And the Marines, I mean, it's simple. It's three separate punchy statements, all kind of one big, strong, punchy statement. I like the consistency of the blank, the blank, the blank, very rippable. I think in my mind, if I were trying to recreate this, I mean, it might be kind of questionable taste to like rip this exactly. But if I were like selling something high tech, like season ticket holders, where it's like, there's only so many of them, the few, the proud, the season ticket holders for the New York Jets. Like,
right. Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I mean, that might not be the best look. Like,
it's too much of a rip, but you can rip the principle pretty easily.
Right, exactly. I like the principle, and I do like that it's, I mean, in those two words, each of those two-word sentences, it's hitting that like scarcity and exclusivity kind of tribalism play. And I, for what it's worth, I bet this, I mean, I think this easily has the best slogan of the armed forces branches, you know, subjectively speaking. I think it does. It was this, if you ask me to name, it'd be the one.
Well, be all you can be, but I don't know if that's still the Army slogan.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me what, you know, what's your favorite one, this would be the first one that comes to mind. So it's right. You know, it's very recallable.
Yeah.
Easy to
recall. High ad recall here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tight one. These are easily the two top ones out of this group. I'm kind of up in there. Man, these championship ones are tough to come up with. I'm leaning, not to be not a good American, but I'm leaning towards Bounty.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I think honestly it makes a difference too with like the quilted part. I see the better version of it, not the version they have here. No, they went to the quilted quick picker upper. That it just flows a little bit better. It's got a little more alliteration. It flows so good off the tongue. I don't know when the last time I saw a Brawny ad was, but I remember that from childhood still. And Few the Proud Marines, I think it's a great one, but my opinion is Bounty takes this.
Yeah, I agree. And from a practical aspect, when you're selling something like joining the military, that's a big idea and it's tribal. Like you kind of don't have a choice but to go that angle. When you're selling a product like a paper towel, you can't go with that, you can't poke that desire without seeing like too contrived.
Yeah.
Right. So like, yeah, from a practical aspect, like doing what Bounty's done here is a lot more like, probably like you can think in a lot of angles like this for your products.
Right. I would say just for the Marines too, it's not like they can have everybody who wants to join the armed forces be a Marine. They literally do need to keep the numbers low. So it's weird to call it like a marketing slogan or headline because like literally their goal is not to have the biggest turnout. I mean, I'm sure they want the biggest turnout and to whittle down the best prospects. But I mean, they're literally like, hey, if you aren't willing to just already be one of the best prospects, like this probably isn't where you should go. Like, yeah. So it's a weird like mental exercise to weigh this against something where Bounty wants anybody to buy their paper towel.
Yes, exactly. So
niche market.
So let's do a podium here.
If you are a niche brand, this is where you rip this, in my opinion.
Right.
Like
right. Yeah. If you do have a lot of exclusivity built in. Okay. So let's do a little podium here. So let's remind people our day 1 champion, our day 2 champion, and our bonus episode part 3 champion were what?
All right. So our I think we might have a little. I don't know what we got for third exactly, but we'll see how it goes. Our day 1 champion was Carlsberg, 1973. I have this all committed to memory at this point. 1973, probably the best lager in the world. That won the last week's episode. Our earlier today, we'll peek behind the wall in case these don't get published on the same day. We recorded 2 videos at once here. We spliced them up.
We're wearing the same stuff, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, secret's out. We didn't try hard. We didn't try to pull the wool over your eyes at all. But our week 2, our second episode's winner was MasterCard's 1997 slogan. There's some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And our quick little winner here are these bonus 10 that Cleverism did not inform us about in its title, which kind of weird. Like talking about headlines, it's like their own headline was pretty, wouldn't 50 be a better headline if you're having?
I bet they added them later, like it's probably what happened. So.
I mean, I guess.
But then they had all the SEO around it, so they didn't want to change their title.
I mean, I know you can update those things too. This is the internet now. You can anyway. Let's not rip on Cleverism too much. Then we wouldn't have had this episode. So
yeah.
All right, but the winner here was this one. I don't have committed to memory. What year it was? 19. Where'd you go, Bronny? There we go. 1965, the quicker picker-upper from Bounty paper towels. Wait, Bounty? I thought it was, never mind. Bronny Man was what I was thinking of there. Anyway, so we have those 3 winners. John, we already settled on number 1 is MasterCard. Number 2 is Carlsberg. Are you prepared to just give this one? I know we had a couple others in the mix that we could, only the ones that stick out to memory probably even have a chance to steal third from Bounty paper towels.
I think we've had better ones than the Bounty paper towel one. But if we're going like you have to win your bracket to get to the finals, then yeah, I'm going to give Bounty the 3rd spot. It definitely doesn't knock off either of the top 2.
Agreed with that. Completely agreed with that. I thought we might have a little mix with I know we're stuck on Nike there for a minute, stuck on a couple other ones, but
yeah, any ones that stick out that you want to put Bounty up against to you?
The only 2 that stand out to me are the 2 that were nostalgic that that stuck in my head were the McDonald's, I'm loving it, and Nike, just do it. So maybe
Got milk, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, and got milk, of course. Yeah. So let's
I actually give Bounty the nod on all of those.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I would probably go with the milk. I forgot about it, but I didn't think I was super strong. Position arrow still your way. I'll narrow it down to that final matchup for 3rd. We get rid of the other 2. I think nostalgia kind of clouds our.
I'm gonna throw another wild card in here. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. M&Ms.
Oh man, how could we forget that one? I think it still beat the most contender.
That's my 3rd right now.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. That one was super good. There was a time and a place, and it was last week on actually where we are, where we thought it might take the whole thing from 1960 something. We're like, this could just be a really lame episode where we just go, M&M's is awesome. And
yeah.
Knows that because it's chocolate. But I agree with you, man. I think that's 3rd place. So to round out the podium, we got 1st place, MasterCard from 1997. There's some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. 2nd place, Carlsberg, 1973. Probably the best lager in the world.
Probably.
And 3rd place, trying to make this seamless here, but it's way back up on our list right at the beginning when we started this.
It's in the 50s, I think.
M&M's 1954 coming in 3rd place with the milk chocolate that melts in your mouth, not in your hand. That's going to round out the top 3 best ad slogans in history, according to Modern Commerce / Cleverism, only the ones that are on this list. I think Once You Pop the Fun Don't Stop should be in there.
Come on, guys.
But maybe we'll revisit. This was super fun. This is one of our, we got really into this more than I thought we would when we started it. Yeah, man, what do you, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to you, John. Parting shot. What do you think, man?
My parting shot is really the same as last time. And that was, we didn't do a parting shot on part 2 because we were just rolling right into this bonus episode. But my parting shot is really the same as what it was on part 1. Like the bigger principle here is this is a show about how to run an online business now. Really, specifically, we are geared toward e-commerce businesses. So how to sell physical products online now. My main parting shot is there is tons of rippable stuff here. And especially, I almost think that there's the most rippable stuff on part 1 because it's that got last, that was more the era of they were more literal and direct response in their writing, so it's go back to part 1 and watch and rip some of those. You can direct rip some of those ad slogans for your ad headlines, for your email campaigns. You can rip the principle on other ones. But yeah, that's it. The whole point of this is to learn, the reason I did this is to say, here's why I think these are good. so that I could like impart, you know, whatever knowledge I have to people who can use that in their own marketing efforts. Right. So that's like the most important thing here. But if you don't get that, if you're like, I'm not really tracking with you there, that's too meta, just go back through these episodes and like rip really good ones that, and I bet they will work well for you.
John, you always know how to put the last nail in the coffin. Thanks for sticking with us, guys, on this 3-parter out of nowhere. If you like what you saw here, go ahead and watch one of our other videos. Feel free to like this video. Please do. It helps us get a little more favorable in the searches on YouTube for other people who aren't aware of our channel. Drop a comment to us. That also helps us out a ton. Subscribe and hit that bell so you get notifications so that you never miss any of our new content when it drops. Thank you for sticking with us here. Until next time, we'll see you.